Hey team, W231 episode 2 on the E55 W210 restorer, and we've got 4 cool parts that we're focusing on in this video. We're doing the temperature sensor. The front temperature sensor on this car was missing when I bought it. It was literally just 2 wires hanging out at the bottom. So we're fixing that. We're fixing and replacing the driver's door seal, which was getting a bit old and crusty. We're also doing the rear parcel shelf. The rear parcel shelf on the 210 seems to fade, and it went a purple hazy colour, look real weird and old, so we're fixing that. And finally we're also going to replace the fuel filter, because there's a bit of a lumpy idle in the E55, so we're going to see if that fixes it. So enjoy the video. Right guys, we've got a new door seal. So you'll probably find on a lot of these older 210 and even 211 now, the door seal, especially if kept outside a lot, starts to crack and get brittle. And in some cases it creates a bit of wind noise as well when you're driving, because it disrupts the airflow. So I've basically got a new door seal to put on it, somewhere here, over here. So we've got that brand new door seal, so we're going to install that on the car. Basically I've just started down here, just pulling this little lip away, and the rest just comes out with the car. And then I'm going to clean this up and then put it all back together again. Hopefully there's no rust. So everyone, now on the 210 E55, we've got the door seal installed. A nice brand new one. Just finding it hard to close the door though, and I think it's because it's so fresh. It hasn't like compressed enough yet, so I'm just keeping the door sort of click locked, and I'm going to see if I can get it fully closed. Next was working on the temperature sensor. So I got this car and it was pretty much chopped off, it was missing, so we had a negative 38 degrees. No, it wasn't that cold. What I did is I went to a wrecker, got an E320 temp sensor, cut it off real badly as you can see here, and wired it together, soldered it together amateurly, if that's even a word, and then got it ready to put back in the car. And let's look at it quickly in a little more detail. This was cut off here. It was just 2 exposed wires, the brown and the green one. So I went in to a parts place, salvage yard, last week and cut off essentially the connector off another 210 and took the temperature sensor too. So I've just essentially extended got rid of them now. I had some spare wire, so I extended it just a little bit here by a couple of inches, and then I cut this real short, this harness, I cut it like here, which was stupid. That was a rookie mistake. So I've soldered and insulated these just before the actual harness itself. So it's as simple as that, guys. So plug that back in. Yep, there we go. And I've ordered a new AMG panel to go in there. There's the other one for the other side. Just because I don't want it to come out, I'm scared it's going to fall out. So I'm just leaving them both out for now. So if we come back now, guys, and turn her on, she's all good to go. Well, hopefully, otherwise I'll screw it up. There we go. 16.5 degrees, perfect. So that's another thing fixed on the E55. I don't know if it's common on all the 210s, but on my one it's faded to blue. It's done 250,000 Ks. It's probably sat outside for a lot of its life. So I'm going to pull that out. We're going to pull that out and spray paint it black, back to original black or charcoal. So let's have a look. Jump in the back here. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to make this go back to black again, rather than this weird blue, faded purpley blue like it already is. So to do that, we need to remove the cushion. Now to do that is simply on these 210s, there's a little indentation, there's a little notch that you sort of push up and it unlocks the seat, and you can basically tip it back and pull it out. So we're going to do that. Also, we've got the headrests here. We're going to take them out. First though, we'll have to take out the actual seat itself, which I have the WIS on. And I think there's bolts, once we take this out, there's bolts we do just to release this back piece here. But yeah, then we're gonna unclip these with a wedge, with a plastic wedge, unpop these out, and there's a little tab you push, and then you can pull the headrest fully out. Then there's apparently 2 bolts that hold this whole assembly in place. We're going to pull those out and take out the C-pillar mouldings, which this one was already pretty badly coming out because there's no clips on it. Whoever fixed the headliner, which thanks for fixing the headliner, but they didn't replace these clips, so it's actually a good thing because I thought this was broken, but as you can see, they're just missing the clips from what I can tell. So we're going to have clips to reaffix these back properly, so it's like this one where it's beautiful. Unfortunately the headliner, just as you can see, is different, but you know, it's been redone, so I'd rather it redone and slightly off than not redone and sagging down. You can also see we've replaced the dome lights too, so that's good. So yeah, I'll pull this out and we'll get back into it. Hey everyone, so just an update halfway through. So I've taken the first set of headrests out. Now if you look down here, there's the little plastic caps. I've popped that first one off. So to pop them off, you want a wedge like I've got here, and you need to put a decent amount of force on it and sort of just twist it. See, I've popped it up on this side. See, this is why I'm not a full-time professional YouTuber yet, because my video quality is not that good. But yeah, we pop that up. We go in from the side though, going from the side with a little bit of force, still gentle, then pop them up. And then, with the handy little thing here now, as you can see, there's a little black, right in the center, there's a little black tab. When you push that tab down with the likes of this, it allows you to pull out this way, pull out the bars. So you can take the headrest fully out from there, and it just loops around, the chrome part just loops around. So I've taken those out, and then when we insert the back in, we just chuck them back in. So I'm just going to pull this last headrest out, and I've undone seatbelt 1. Ooh, I didn't see that one. Haven't done that one. Okay, 2. There's a little tiny 10mm one down the back here, and then there's another one here, there, and there's the far one. And then this just lifts up, so you lift the whole back up, and it should come off, and we can take it out. And then we're pretty much ready to get into the C-pillars, and then the actual tray. Back seats are out. Again, sorry, I'm just really not set up to do these videos just yet. One day I'll have a lift and do it all properly. Not that you need a lift for this, but yeah. Firstly, this is Mercedes quality. You know, everything's foam insulated beautifully. Someone trashed this originally. I'm sure it was all originally beautiful like this, but some person long ago, I'm sure, wrecked this. But anyway, so this is all beautifully insulated, and we've got this all sorted out. So what we're going to do is we're going to, for a start, pull that off, but we're going to pop these rivets out here. I think there's really only 2, and that's what the WIS showed as well. So we'll pop these out, and then we'll be able to lift the cover up and pull these out as well. Right guys, so C-pillars out. So we've got the belt, the tensioner, and I assume, I don't know, some sort of aerial system maybe, and the rear defroster, which I should test and see if that works. Anyway, so those are out. Something like this is, you need the tools guys, just if you don't have the tools, go and buy them. These little rivets here, the ones that hold them in the corners here, pretty minimal really. That's pretty much it. Oh, okay, I can slide it out straight away. But just look, so at the back here we've got the blind. This car has the rear blind. I don't know what's under here. I just gently pull this back without getting the wire caught on any wires. We can take that out. So it's as simple as that. Okay, well that's easy, guys. There's no actual clips holding this in. I don't know if it's because they're broken or if it's as basic as that. Here's our speakers in the back. They look good enough. This interesting foam padding stuff, which obviously deadens out a lot of the boot noise. So that's that there, guys, nice and gently. There we go. And now I've just got the blind, and I thought that was all one piece, but it's clearly not. Can I just lift that up or what? How does the blind work? I might need to consult my manual, the workshop, the WIS on my computer, so stay tuned. Right guys, simple mistake, or just simple missing. 3 bolts. 1, 2, and 3. There's 3 bolts. And now it's pretty much out. So we'll lift it out nice and easily, guys, just like that. You know, it's not too hard. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'll tell a lie. Oh, now I'm pulling it. Now if we just remember what the bolts looked like, they were vertical, so I might need to lift and pull before I do that. And yeah, I'm going to do that with the camera off, guys. I can't do this one-handed. Sweet. Cool, so these are out. I'll vacuum them and brush them down, and now they're ready to spray. Now look at that, that's the original. That's the fade, that's the original. Crazy, eh? But what we're going to do, guys, is I've actually got paint that's not black. This actually does look like it was black originally, but I've actually got charcoal, which is my mistake, but I don't care. I'm happy with charcoal. So we're going to spray paint it. I've masked the Bose badges off, and we're going to get it ready to go. Cool guys, so I've sprayed them twice now. And as you can see, they're pretty much there. Yeah, looking pretty sharp now. So we're going to put them back in the car. I'm just going to demask this piece here. And I think as it dries more, it'll the colour will blend nicer. I've done a few coats already. But yeah, I think that's a good starting point. Hey guys, so I've put the parcel shelf back in, and it looks way nicer now. It's not purple anymore. That's real good. The only tricky part, I need to get a bit of a lint roller to get all this sort of like hair that's stuck to it, which is a pain. The only tricky part, guys, was, if anything, see those clips? They're pretty hard to get out. So what you have to do is get a little plastic wedge and go in from the side and push real hard, and they'll sort of pop up and pop out, and they'll stay on the rail. And then you need like a long sort of screwdriver or something, and there's little tabs on each side here, on this side, and you push it in and it lets you pull the whole headrest off. But putting these back in was a bitch because I screwed it up. I had these on the wrong way. I had the hole facing that way. I had the clips around the wrong way, and I was trying to, I spent like flipping an hour trying to do it, eh? And then I looked in the manual and I was doing it the wrong way. So just a pro tip, just so you don't stuff it up like I did. I also cleaned a lot of like rust marks off these metal poles. A lot of them were like just yucky looking and had little rust spots on them, and just got a bit of metal polish, and now they're all beautiful. They look brand new, and the headrest looks brand new. Yeah, so we've done that, so we are good to go with the headrests. I had a bit of a rough idle, so I thought I'd change the fuel filter and see if that helped. So it's located just in front of the back left wheel under this compartment here. There's a couple of screws up the front plus one at the back that I can't really get a picture of. It just sort of clips out from underneath. As you can see, there's the fuel filter and the pump, and there are 4 hoses going into the filter that we just carefully need to undo the clamps for. Before we actually take the filter out though, we want to take the pressure out of the fuel system, so open the rear gas tank lid, and on the fuel rail where the engine is, with the cover off here, there is the little bleed screw for the fuel rail, so just undo that and then just push the little valve or nipple in with a cloth to catch any fuel excess, but you'll only get a small burst of it coming out. Now there was also a specific way we wanted to do the removal of the hoses. We removed the fuel supply hose that goes to the engine first, and then the evaporator canister hose, and obviously you have to undo this Phillips screw before you do anything. Obviously that Phillips screw, the existing fuel hoses were pretty old, so I was just very gently using a pick just to sort of pry them off without damaging them, and then some vice grips to block the hose so no fuel leaked out. Once I got those off, I put some little caps on the end of the existing filter just to ensure nothing spills out. I wasn't able to film the new filter being installed, but it was pretty easy. I was just relatively quick with swapping them over because there was a bit of fuel dripping out. You've got to do those clamps up real tight, but it just sort of pops back in there, and the old filter, yeah, was pretty dirty as you saw. Before I put everything back together, I thought I'd just test the engine and make sure it works, so we just cycled the on and off a few times on the key just to pressurize the fuel system, and also I pushed the bleed nipple at the fuel rail again just to make sure it did start. And yeah, it's actually a real straightforward job overall, so I definitely recommend everyone does it. If you've got a newer 211 chassis E-Class, obviously it's mounted inside the actual fuel tank, and I think you've got to take the whole pump out and everything, so it's a bit more of a job, whereas these old Mercs are a lot more straightforward to do. Everything was pretty smooth, nothing was leaking obviously, so yeah, engine was fine. I thought I'd just then put everything back together and take it out for a test drive. Although just before I did that, I thought I'd just silicone spray the hoses and wipe them down just so that they've got a bit of protection on them to rejuvenate what's left of those 20-plus-year-old fuel hoses. Oh, and the mounts as well for the pump, to keep that quiet. Hey guys, so we've just put the new fuel filter in into the W210 E55, and I don't want to say straight away it's better, but it possibly is, or it's a placebo. But the car just seems to just straight away. So when I bought the car, I don't know if I've mentioned it already, but when I bought the car and you'd put it into drive and you'd have your foot on the brake and the car stopped, the car would shake pretty badly. And sorry, when you just started to take off, I mean. So if you just crawled, if you wanted the car to crawl, like just, it's like a sort of slow walk, that speed, the car would sort of lunge. It'd be like, you just feel it sort of trying to, just like, very lumpy feeling. And straight away after starting it, it's still a little lumpy, but a lot better. We'll stop here at a roundabout. Yeah, wow. No, okay guys, it is actually, damn. It actually is really, I think that's fixed the lumpiness. So that fuel filter might have just fixed our problem. Cool, so what do we got? Let's check. Let's put it. Holy moly! Okay, you might have felt that or heard that. We've got one of the tyres lit up. No, okay, I'm just playing with you. Let's do it properly. Don't forget, guys, I'm driving in Mexico here, so you're safe. Give it a little bit of gas. Drop it into second. Here we go. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I wouldn't say it's massively different. I guess if anything, it just feels better knowing that it's got a fresh fuel filter. But hey, if all I get out of that fuel filter change is getting rid of that flippin' rough idling and rough pulling away in drive, that's all I need. That makes my week. Cool. Okay, that's the fuel filter done, guys. Thanks for watching. Let's continue. Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed part 2. There was just a few there. As I say, I've got more to come. So any feedback for the videos, if you'd like me to go into more detail on anything, just let me know. And let's get excited for part 3 coming soon. Cheers.